2 years in a row for Rangers without a win on the opening day. It was another disappointing result. In the capital, they finished last season exactly as they started this season, a draw. And to be honest, it's regression. It's pathetic from Rangers. And here today on Fog Football, we're here to look at the reaction, everybody, of the Rangers fans on Twitter. Get into all those comments because I've got a feeling there's going to be a few unhappy bears. Well, I think it will take a lot to topple me because I mean, part of me is raging, but I expected it. I did predict Rangers to beat Hearts, but am I surprised we drew 0-0? I remember after the Union Berlin game, a lot of talk of Hearts shipping goals, we're shipping goals. It could be a high scoring goal fest. I mean, to be fair, with the amount of chances created, it could have been. But I remember saying, I can't even remember what fid it was, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended 0-0. And that's exactly what it did end. So let's dive in to the comments we have got here. Fucking embarrassing, man. This squad will finish third. Get rid of Tavernier, Davies, Suter, Lawrence, Wright, Dessers. You could add about 10 more names to that list, but I totally agree with G-locked. Yeah, I agree. Davies is awful. We are a bomb scare at the back. It's getting worse. Here, Connor Goldson, he's away. I'm glad he's away. But Connor Goldson's better than Davies and Suter, is what it is. Balogun had a really bad game, but it's just a sad day when Rangers are relying. Rangers are that bad. Our two centre-backs are that bad. We're bringing on 36-year-old Leon Balogun to wing him right into the deep end, and he didn't really step up. As for Tavernier, he's lost about another 10 yards. Lawrence, I don't know, I say 10 yards. How many times did this guy lose the ball? We must be talking about 100 times. Scott Wright, shite. Cyril Dessers. Cyril Dessers is the only guy on this list where it's like, he did something good, but didn't put it in the back of the net, and that's how you win football games at the end of the day. It is not good enough, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, GP says, very worrying. As the famous says, nice one. Missed this feeling on a Saturday. No one missed this feeling on a Saturday. It's a very familiar, subdued feeling. 3 players injured and 2 points dropped, and we're only one game into the season. It's like Clement, they hyped up. Oh, we've did 71% more running, 27% more cool down or whatever. I don't know what the terminology is they use in training for preparing less injuries and all that good stuff. The preparation, but has it worked? Cortez, dud. Absolute dud. Bob Jones, it is beyond insane that we are starting this season with Dessers as our main striker. It is utterly mind-blowing. Add to that Wright and Davies in the starting 11 and Tav still hanging around like a nationalist grifter. Yeah. There's just so many players in that starting 11 that shouldn't be in it. And, it just goes to show, think of last season. How many people were like, oh, I can't wait to Lundstrom, Barisic, those two bastards, they can't start, hope they never start. It's not just 2 players and 1 player. It's the same with Goldson, he's away, and it's the same with Tav. This club's just, the players as a whole are just shite. We've seen it in pre-season. Tav didn't start every pre-season game. You look at Ajax, you look at United, he didn't start those games. And we were really poor. Look at Yefty, man, got ripped to shreds against Manchester United. Clean sheet away against our only realistic threat for the title. Plenty of positives to take. This is a very new squad. It needs time to gel. Obviously a wee bit of a clickbaity comment there to get people into it. Let's see. Declan says, the board have hung Clement to dry. This is not a Rangers team. Half that Hearts team start for us. Depressing stuff. Mo from The Simpsons rocking a Rangers shirt. He's looking at the noose. Not today. Well, might be today. Who knows? Lundstrom's trending. What's he doing? Steely says, bring the Euros back. Absolutely shite. Your murders. Same old loser mentality. Same old results. Clearly a massive work to do in key areas. Issues putting the ball in the net from pre-season looks set to continue. It's not an ideal way to start, but it is what it is. It is what it is, but it ain't what it is. It's shite. We're pish. A point towards survival. Well in. Then Parks Choir. Oh dear. Yeah, we've got big man there looking on. Same team, same shite. I'll take that. Let the moon begin. That must be a Celtic fan. Welcome back. Eh? You know, get shame. Very annoying, poor performance. A lot of people finding this funny. A lack of striker cost us yet again. Could have won that year. Defence wasn't pretty, but they did their job. And that's the same guy that put a pretty anti Rangers comment in there. But I mean, that's a bot account, isn't it? I mean, that just looks like a bot account the way that keeps getting fired in there. James Tavernier getting the big no slammed across him. I mean, you look at that game. Who was the worst Rangers performer on the day against Hearts? I mean, take your pick. I think it could be Tav. I think he did whip a good few balls in, but again, defensively horrendous. Davies and Suter were just wank, so I mean, it'd probably be one of those two. Dessers missed about 10 clear cut chances. Scott Wright doing the usual. Cortez did nothing but get injured. Lawrence did nothing but lose the ball. Diamonde pretty much did the same. Barron was alright, so it would have to be Connor Barron just by, the laws of subtraction. It has to be Connor Barron to get the nod for Rangers. Butland, I mean, I guess Butland made a few good saves. Balogun was a bomb scare when he came on. Just no good enough, man. Just no good enough. Just no freaking good enough, to say the least, for Rangers, man. And I mean, I think this is going to continue a lot. I know a lot of people will look at this and say, well, it's Tynecastle. They're 11 games undefeated. It's the third best team in the league. But when you look at pre-season, Hearts have been really bad. I think this Rangers team will struggle against most teams, man. Obviously, yeah, I was going to say at home. There is no home. It's Hampden. But against the lower teams, this team will still win. But I'm looking at Pataudry with a new look Aberdeen. I'm looking at Rugby Park. I'm looking at Kelly at Hampden or Ibrox whenever we play them. I'm looking at St Mirren. I just think we're going to lose more points than what we lost last season. I think you look at Dynamo Kiev, going to get scudded there. I think the tie will be out of sight before we bring it back to Hampden. It's just even saying that doesn't sound right. It's just it's not good enough, but it was to be expected. Can't sit here and say I'm shocked at Rangers. We could have snuck this 1-0. I still pretty much would repeat the same things. Obviously, if you win 1-0, you've got 3 points. You haven't lost any ground. You're not going to lose any ground. But the same problems would have remained there, if we won 1-0. Defensively all over the place, and Hearts have got a good squad, and I think the disappointing thing for them is, despite a great squad I think that they've got, they couldn't make it count. They had all the chances towards the end of that game. We were a team done. So, come on. He's hanging on to, we'll be good in November, we'll be good in December. Let's hope that the team just looks dead because he's put them through their paces, and maybe by then the fitness regime will work wonders, because God knows Rangers Football Club need it. And probably by that point, though, we'll be about 15 points behind in the league and about 4th. So anyway, leave your thoughts down below. And until next time, peace.